Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel. Almost forgot what channel this was, guys, but we're here to discuss the Second Sight announcements, the recent Second Sight Films announcements. Now, I don't think I've done a video covering Second Sight announcements this year so far because I haven't really been excited for a ton, but this batch, I feel like there's some stuff to talk about. There's one that I'm really excited for that I've been waiting for the official announcement ever since they teased it. Then there's another one that's like, huh? I'm just kind of scratching my head. But before we get into it, guys, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media here on this channel, guys. Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. If you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you're a fan of Second Sight Films, which is a UK-based company, I've got tons of Second Sight Films reviews on the channel. I reviewed Drive on 4K. I reviewed The Guest on 4K. I've reviewed It Follows on 4K. The Witch. Endless amounts of Second Sight Films reviews. So go back in my back catalog and check those out. But let's just get into it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Didn't I say that already? Yeah, like the video. Let me know what you guys think of these. I'm sorry, guys. It's early on a Saturday morning. Let me know what you think of these announcements in the comments section below. Let me make this just a little bit bigger. All right, so let's get into the. We'll talk about Talk to Me here in a second. Let's talk about the Nice Guys. I'm excited to talk about the Nice Guys. So I am on the Second Sight Films website now. I think that both of these are available on Orbit as of right now. It took a while for Orbit to get those on there yesterday. But they are available on Orbit right now. Now, Diabolic, they are still not available to pre-order on Diabolic. So I imagine that's because, and I'm not trying to get into anything yet. I might make a separate video on this, but I imagine it's because of the tariff situation and everybody's trying to figure out how to navigate that and pricing and everything. So I imagine that has to do with it. The fact that Orbit was late getting theirs up, and then Diabolic still doesn't have their Second Sight pre-orders up because they usually do by now. But anyway, this is the Second Sight Films website. This is available, this nice box set release. I love the white, guys. I don't always love whites on my Second Sight box set. I think this works. I think this fits. I think the artwork is fantastic. I think this might be like among the best artwork I've seen for a Second Sight release because Second Sight Films, like, I like a lot of their artwork. Like, there's a lot of the artwork that I like, but not a lot of it do I love. Like, I think The Guest, like, might be my favorites. But this is freaking awesome. I love the white. I love the aesthetic. I think it matches the film, and I think it looks great. So I cannot wait to have this box set on the shelf. I really don't think they could have done a better job with this, honestly. And it's not really like it's more of a almost like yellowish, I don't know exactly, like an eggshell color, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to describe colors, guys, but this is coming out on June the 2nd. Like I said, it's available on the Second Sight website. Now you can pre-order this from the Second Sight website, but if you're in the UK, that'll be just like a normal pre-order. It'll be fine. If you're in the States, though, shipping might cost you a little bit because the shipping is not very forgiving when it comes to ordering stuff from the UK sometimes. Now, that's why I like ordering from Orbit or Diabolic when it comes to these releases, because they'll kind of, they'll kind of eat some of the shipping costs because they buy it in bulk, and then you'll get it for $6 shipping or something. So it's always cheaper to get it from an Orbit or a Diabolic. And then if there's something else you want, you can lump that in there, maybe get free shipping. Who knows? But all right, let's go down the board, guys. Director Shane Black, of course. I don't know about you guys. Like, I like Shane Black. He's done some movies I enjoy, but I think this might be my favorite Shane Black movie. Is anybody else with me on that? I think this might be my favorite Shane Black movie. But this is starring, of course, Ryan Gosling. You got Russell Crowe. You got Kim Basinger. This movie does kind of feel like a modern LA Confidential, and maybe it's just because Kim Basinger's in it and it's also set in LA, but like, just the aesthetic of it and the way that it feels and the vibe of it always reminds me of LA Confidential. But it just has a little bit more of a comedic like tone to it. Special feature. Look at this, guys. Let's see. This item is available to pre-order. Please note that your payment will be taken immediately and that the item will be dispatched just before the listed release date. Let's see. Special features, guys. Dual format edition, including both UHD and Blu-ray with main feature and bonus features on both discs. So it's important to note here, guys, that the Blu-ray will be region locked. So if you're in the States, if you're in any other country, or if you're not in region B, then you won't be able to play the Blu-ray. Now, the good thing about Second Sight is they usually put the special features on the 4K. So I'm not saying that you got to get a region-free player, even though I would recommend everybody have a region-free player. It's just very helpful in these kind of circumstances when you're ordering a lot of stuff overseas. But usually all the features are on the 4K. So you'll be able to access like most of the content or all the content for this release without even having to pop in the Blu-ray. But just in case you want to watch the Blu-ray, maybe to check it out at some point. I don't know why you would want to, but in case you have it, so maybe you want to watch it someday, you will need a region-free player to do so if you're in the States ordering this. But yeah, it does include both the 4K and the Blu-ray. It's a new 4K UHD master produced by Second Sight Films and presented in HDR Dolby Vision, approved by director Shane Black. So that's important, guys. The director actually approved of this. And I have to imagine that, I mean, if Shane Black is working with Second Sight, I know another big one of his movies is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And I don't know what studio owns that. Maybe it's Disney. Maybe that was a Fox release. So maybe that's not possible. But I would imagine that at some point they may do like a Kiss Kiss Bang Bang box set, just because I think that's a really popular Shane Black movie. But you do have a new audio commentary with Shane Black and co-writer Anthony Bagarozzi, moderated by writer Priscilla Page. Nights, so that, I mean, that's cool. You got a new audio commentary with Shane Black, which I think they did a post and they kind of showed Shane Black like in the studio doing the commentary. So that was cool. Knights in Tarnished Armor, a new interview with Shane Black. So he did a new interview, which is awesome. Like Second Sight, like I feel like more so than all the other labels, like they somehow know how to get these directors to come back. Like I feel like they can get like the most like or the more like prominent like member like people that worked on the film in to talk about the film more so than any other label. Which I think, which is why I think they're one of the best. They're just one of the best in the business. Now, maybe Shane Black would do something with Arrow Video. Maybe Shane Black would do something with everybody. I don't know, but it always seems like when they're doing a movie on for when Second Sight's doing a movie, they get everybody. Like The Witch, they had the entire cast and the director, and It Follows, they had like the entire cast and all that stuff. So it just feels like they get more than other labels, if that makes any sense. So that's cool. New interview with Shane Black. You got Finding an Audience, new interview with co-producer Ethan Irwin. A Thousand Cuts, a new interview with director of photography Philippi Rosalot. From Lethal Weapons to Nice Guys, a video length essay by Leigh Singer. That's right. Shane Black was a writer on Lethal Weapon. Always Bet on Black, archive featurettes, worst detectives ever, archive featurette. So I imagine both of those are probably on the Blu-ray, cast interviews, trailers, all that good stuff. Rigid slipcase with new artwork by Obviously Creative. 150-page hardback book, which some people, guys, look, they say that I don't need all that stuff, which we'll get into that here in a second. There's standard editions, but yeah, 150-page hardback book with new essays by Mitchell Biopri, Barry Forshaw, Jamie Graham, Justin LaLiberty. Okay, he works at Vinegar Syndrome. Naomi Roper, Hannah Strong, and Nadine Whitney. 9 collectors art cards as well. And yeah, region free on the 4K, guys. So you'll be able to play the 4K on your 4K player, no problem. And it's region B on the Blu-ray. And then you got English language, Dolby Atmos, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. So that's important too, guys. This has Dolby Atmos on this release. But let's look at this, kind of zoomed out look at this box set. I mean, the booklet looks great. The package looks great. The art cards look freaking awesome. Yeah, I'm all in on this release, guys. Like I haven't purchased much from Second Sight this year. Like I didn't get the Cronenberg 4Ks because I like those movies, but I don't love them. And I'm trying to cut back on stuff that I just don't, especially if it's like a $60 release. It's stuff that I don't absolutely love. Like I love the Nice Guys, so I'm gonna get it. And I didn't get, House of the Devil because I had the umbrella set and then the coffee table. I just didn't get that either. But the Nice Guys, that's gonna be the first, I think, 2025 Second Sight release that I purchased. So yeah, very exciting, guys. I'm excited for it. For sure. I would love to see, we got Drive a few years ago with Ryan Gosling. I would love to see more of Gosling's filmography from the 2010s come out from Second Sight. Like A Place Beyond the Pines would be freaking awesome, a Second Sight edition of that. But let's back up a little bit. They do have standard versions. Like I said, if you don't need the booklet and everything, the standard version is $27.39. I think it's like $30. on diet or on orbit right now. So I mean, that's not bad. Like if you don't need the box set and all that stuff, you can still get the great, transfer. And I imagine this is going to be miles ahead of what Warner Brothers put out because they put out a release back in February. This is probably going to look so much better. I don't think that was approved by Shane Black. Um, it was just a manufactured on-demand disc. And again, you're gonna have all the special features, you're gonna have the commentary, you're gonna have all the stuff like on the disc. You're just not gonna have the booklet. So some people don't care about this stuff. So if you want to basically cut the price in half, you can just get this standard release right here, and you're gonna have everything included. They also look, if you don't care about 4K and you just want all the new features and stuff, and this is probably still gonna look better than the regular Blu-ray, you got the regular Blu-ray. And you could probably get this for like 22 bucks or something. So it's like if you don't care about like the upgrade in audio visual and you just want those new features, you can get that with this release. So that's I like Second Sight because they offer a lot of options, with their releases. Umbrella does as well. I'll give them credit too. But not a lot of the labels and certainly not a lot of the studios anymore offer a lot of options when it comes to these releases. But Second Sight recognize, hey, not everybody wants to spend $60 on a new release, and they give you options to make it a little bit more affordable for people that don't care about all that extra packaging, and they don't make you wait because some will make you wait like 6 months for a re-release, and they don't make you wait. So again, that's why I'm a big fan of Second Sight Films, even if I haven't bought anything much from them this year. Still a big fan of the label overall. But let's go up here, guys, and talk about Talk to Me. So this is a new 4K edition. This is a little bit cheaper than the Nice Guys. So yeah, this is available on June the 16th. And you know, here's the thing with Talk to Me. I've already got a wonderful Umbrella 4K edition that's like a nice steelbook set. So like I don't need this. So that's one reason why, I don't really care about this or not really excited for it. But I recognize the fact that that's Australia. Okay. This is the UK, and we have a 4K release from Lionsgate and A24 here in the States. So we've got a 4K for Talk to Me in all the regions. And I believe there was a 4K Steelbook in the States, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there wasn't. But here's my thing. This is an A24 film, and I'm going to be having a video come out later today. It actually accidentally went up for like an hour last weekend, so I delayed it a week, but it's going to be coming out later today where I talk about A24 films, 10 A24 films that I would like to get a release from Second Sight Films. I would say like, there's I talk about 10. There's maybe 20 to 30 A24 films I would rather see get this treatment than Talk to Me. Not that I didn't like Talk to Me. Talk to Me was a fine horror film from I think what didn't it come out in like 2022 or 2023? I can't exactly remember the year. It was fine. Really good premise. I really like the premise, but I didn't think that they realized it to its full potential. Like it ended up just feeling like a very generic, supernatural possession movie by the time we got to the end of it. So like, but I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a well done movie, good feature debut from those directors who I think were YouTubers before. Um, but again, like I'm gonna talk about like all these movies I would love to see get like second sight treatment, A24 movies. So as far as A24 movies, which I think this is maybe the fourth A24 movie, or maybe the third A24 movie that they've done in Second Sight Film. So I'm up. Look, I like this because I'm optimistic that they're working with A24 more, and we maybe get some of those titles that I'm going to talk about later today. But also, it's like it's just kind of disappointing because I just am not a huge fan of this movie, and I've already got a great edition of Talk to Me. Now, I will say, look, if you didn't get the Umbrella edition and you are a big fan of Talk to Me, you're probably very excited for this. And I'm happy for you. Like this may be a movie to you that's up there with like The Witch or Hereditary, which like Hereditary, what is going on with that? Like Hereditary needs like a huge, and this could be an A24 thing. Maybe they're not willing to give it up because they're working on a special edition themselves, but like Hereditary would be a great second sight edition. So would Ex Machina. So would Moonlight. I love Moonlight. That's a best picture winner. That would be a great second sight edition as well. But there's so many A24 films. Like we're getting the Florida Project, which inspired my video that I'm putting out later today, which I think is going to be a great set. But Talk to Me like it's just a more recent film. It's like everybody's seen it. It got already got a nice edition in Australia, and it got a 4K in the States. It's like this is one that's just not too exciting for me personally. But let's see. Let's run through the special features real quick. Dual format edition includes both UHD and Blu-ray with main feature and bonus features on both discs. UHD presented in HDR with Dolby Vision. New audio commentary by Emma Westwood and Sally Christie. So you got a new audio commentary, but with writer directors Danny Filippo and Michael Filippo. And I'll have to go back and check my Umbrella edition because I don't know the special features that were on that. But the audio commentary was probably from the Lionsgate A24 edition. And then you got a new interview with the directors. So that's cool. Like I said, Second Sight's just good about getting the directors to come back. And you got Conjuring Demons, a new interview with producer Samantha Jennings. Beautifully Grotesque, a new interview with cinematographer Aaron McCluskey. Contagion, Kat Ellinger on Talk to Me. Behind the scenes, some archival stuff right there, guys. So you got, I believe, 4 new interviews and a new audio commentary on this one. So, I mean, it looks like a great edition. Rigid slipcase with new artwork by Anne Bemby. And I'll say that about this edition. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the the case on the Umbrella edition kind of matched the aesthetic of the hand, and it actually came with a DIY hand. You kind of do it yourself. You can mark on it or whatever, which was kind of cool. But the aesthetic of the case itself was like all the writings on the cast of the hand. So like it was cool or whatever, but I think this looks better. Like I would rather, have this box out right here. But again, I've already got a good edition of it, so I'm not gonna get it just for the case. 120 page book with new essays by Alexandra Heller Nicholas, Kat Hughes, Megan Navarro, Cecilia Syed, Rebecca Sands, and Amber T, and 6 collector art cards. Region free B, you got DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 on this one. So taking a look at I hate how I touch it and it zooms out all the time, but this is a look at it. A nice booklet. You got the hand on the back of the booklet right there. You got that demon kind of behind her, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, guys, like I don't know, this is just an okay movie to me. I'll just be honest. I know I'll probably get pushed back in the comment section because a lot of people love this, but I don't know what I was missing. But to me, it's an okay movie, and I'm kind of just disappointed that they would, choose to put this A24 film out before some of the other ones that came out, like, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Like Good Time. Like Good Time with Robert Pattinson would be a freaking phenomenal Second Sight release. But they chose Talk to Me, which we've already got a good Umbrella edition of, and we got good editions of in the States. And it's just like, for me personally, I don't need this. But also I recognize, Late Night with the Devil. Same thing just happened. Umbrella edition. We got a nice steel book in the States, and then we got the Second Sight version. I think RLJE is getting ready to put that out on 4K in the States pretty soon as well. So we'll get another edition of that. So, but I like that film, so I was a little bit more forgiving on that. And I actually got the Second Sight edition, even though I had the Umbrella edition, because the Second Sight was 4K and that one wasn't. But the Umbrella edition of Talk to Me is 4K, and this is also 4K. And because this is Second Sight, and I love Umbrella, but because this is Second Sight, I imagine, I don't know if this is going to be the same transfer or not. They're really not promoting a new restoration on this one, or new transfer on this one. So it could be the same as the Umbrella. It could be the same as the Umbrella. But I don't know, guys. I've talked enough. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Let me know what you think of these announcements. Are you excited for Talk to Me? For me, it's a miss. But I know there's a lot of people that like the film a lot, and they might be excited to get this. The Nice Guys, like that's the release. That's the release I'm the most excited about of these 2 announcements, and the release I'm the most excited about that Second Sight's done all year. To me, like that's up there with how excited I got when they announced The Guest or The Witch or It Follows or Drive. Like it's up there for me. I love The Nice Guys. I think it's an incredible film. And I think it's a super underrated film that not a lot of people have checked out. And you should check it out. It's probably on Netflix or something if you just want to check it out and see if it's worth getting the Second Sight edition. But thank you all so much for watching. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications for all future videos. And oh, I forgot. I'll have all this stuff linked down below, guys. I'll link to Second Sight, and I'll also link to orbit.com and all that stuff. So I'll have all the links down below, as I will all my social media links. Those will be down below as well. And yeah, we'll see you next time.